It's the Feed the Kitty Cast, episode 124, and we're here with our good friend and supermodel, Wiley Hodgson, is with us. Look at this cat.
Oh,
Super
man.
duper.
Super duper model.
Well, back in, what was it, November 23rd, 2016, Wiley was on episode number 8. He drove, that was back in the days where we drove to a studio and we did it live.
And we shook hands.
Yeah, breathe in the same air.
But we met Wiley at Studio 606, where, God, we're in the middle of our 3rd album now. And man, I tell you, those days at the studio are some of my favorite days ever. And having Wiley there just makes it that much better. I swear I've never laughed as hard as I have, and people won't believe me, but it's true.
I know. I mean this, and Wiley, you're one of the funniest dudes I've ever met, and I've met Ike Turner. Okay. I don't even know what that means.
He's got some hits.
Where do you think you get your sense of humor from? Is it innate, or do you follow in some other hilarious person's footsteps?
Anger. It's really just I'm depressed.
The best, funniest comedians are depressed, I guess.
And angry.
Yeah.
Angry. I'm a disappointed idealist.
Well, you are.
I don't care anymore.
You're hilarious when you do these phony phone calls and you stick it to these telemarketing type people.
You know,
it's
they
amazing.
deserve that too.
I absolutely agree with you. In fact, I do the same thing, except I'm not smart enough to record it. You have built up quite a library of phony phone calls, and let's take a listen to one real quick here. This is Wiley, and your character is called Grace.
Yeah.
Is that right? All right. And where does Grace come from?
Well, I used to do different imitations when I was a kid. I would phone prank everybody. You know, back when the phone book was a thing in the 80s. And that one just stuck because that was the one that everyone laughed at the most. And it came in handy if I wanted to call up, like, the principal and give him an earful of shit. You know?
I love Grace.
Wiley was crying.
Yeah. I love Grace. She's orny, she's loud, and she's a little bit deaf and a little bit slow.
Yeah.
And that makes her a perfect phony phone call character. So
She's kind of living in her own world, Grace, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's take a listen to Grace annihilating somebody over the phone. Here, shake it.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Are you the head of the house?
Yes, I am.
Your number was picked at random to receive the daily news at no charge for 1 whole year. That sound fair?
It does. Oh, my goodness. I get the newspaper?
Uh-huh. The only cost will be a delivery fee of 6.5 cents a day. The total for the whole year is $24.
Now, wait a minute. What's the total of that?
$24 for the whole year.
Now, I thought you said this was free.
It is, but we ask you to pay a delivery fee.
Well, how is it free if I'm paying?
Well, the delivery fee. We got to ask for the delivery.
What? Well, that's not free.
Well, the delivery fee is 6.5 cents a day. Now, $24 for the whole year. You can't beat that.
That sounds like a lie.
No, it isn't, ma'am. The paper is free. We just ask you to pay the delivery fee, the delivery boy.
What's the catch?
$24 for the whole year. That's it.
So there is a catch.
No, there isn't really.
You just told me there was.
No.
You're lying to me.
The paper is free.
How dare you call my house and lie to me?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, where do you get your inspiration from other than anger? I know you're from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So you get that accent naturally.
Well, I'm a mimic. I try to, mimic people I hear. So I just get inspiration from regular everyday people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll hear someone just say something funny, like, I don't know. I keep on my phone, I have on the notes, I'll hear someone say something like, that was absolutely wonderful. I'll just think that's hilarious that someone said that. So I'll write that down. And if you read it, it doesn't really make sense, but then put it into context, it's funny sometimes.
Well, Grace has made a new phony phone call I just heard for the first time today.
Yes.
And Grace seems to have aged quite a bit in the last couple years.
The last couple months.
We all have.
Yeah.
Let me hear that one real quick. Hang on.
Hi, thank you for holding. Susanna Wachowski. Who am I speaking with?
This is Grace.
Hi, Grace. How are you today?
No, I'm doing all right.
I'm glad to hear. Tell me, have you received the February merchant statement yet?
Have I what?
Received the merchant statement for the month of February.
No.
Okie dokie, no worries. Do you still have January somewhere around?
No, it's March.
We'll work with that one just as well.
Okay.
Yes, I know it's March.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get an analysis done of a previous month's merchant count.
There's
So
nothing
do you
I can
have
do
any of the
about that
older
until
statements?
next year.
What do you mean, ma'am? Do you
Well,
not currently accept credit cards?
January. It won't be January until. Duh.
I'm aware of that, Grace, but you received the merchant statement from the previous month, the month after.
No. The
So
previous
you should
month
be
was
getting a
February.
February merchant statement.
No, it was February. Now it's
Yes.
March.
And you should have received January's in February and December's in January. Everything's a month
No,
behind,
December
essentially.
is around Christmas, end of the year. Then we start all over and it's January.
I know how a year works, ma'am. I'm saying at your business, do you accept credit card as a form of payment?
Hey, sir, I don't appreciate your tone with me. I'm not stupid. Okay? It's
I respectfully
January,
disagree. Have a
February,
wonderful day,
March,
Grace.
April, May.
All right, so phony phone calls aside, you, sir, rock out with your sock out. You play with some of the biggest people in the world on stage. I mean, look at here's a picture of you with Mick Jagger.
Pretty unbelievable, Jack.
What the hell?
I got to go watch Chevy Metal live at, I think it was Conejo Days. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Back in 2017.
Yeah.
It was my first Chevy Metal show. And from the first note, they opened up with an old Motley Crue song. I think it was Looks That Kill or something. And I think he went right into Live Wire. It was just, I'm like, all right, I'm sold on this band. Chevy Metal, I think, Wiley, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys play only deep cuts from 70s and 80s rock. Is that correct?
Yeah, deep cuts, but like song, not too deep. We want people to know the song.
Right. I was singing along. Wiley
We are
plays-
hoping like we play a song, go, oh wow, they're playing this song. I've never seen this song before, as opposed to like, you know,
Yes.
Voodoo Child or a song, you know, rock and roll, Zeppelin, songs that every cover band plays. But they actually played rock and roll once.
Well, here you are with Dave Grohl on stage, and here
I saw Dave jump on stage that day with them. It was unbelievable. Greg Bisonette got on the drums for a minute. Taylor
Oh, yeah,
Hawkins
he's
is the
badass.
drummer. Brent Woods
Right.
on guitar. It's an all-star lineup. It really is. And I mean, Wiley, yeah, you've played with a lot of great people, and you've been all over the world. Is there somewhere? Number one, is there somewhere you want to play that you haven't been? And is there a musician you haven't played with that you want to jam with?
Yeah, I would love to play with Paul McCartney. How rad would that be?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the Beatles. That would be awesome. I gotta get him on the horn.
Yeah, give him a call.
I know you've been to Australia a few times. Is there anywhere else in the world you want to go?
Well, I used to
Yemen.
live in England, and I played in England, but not with Chevy Metal. I would love to do a UK tour. I would
Yeah.
love to do the whole, like, England, you know, even Ireland. Just go all over up there in that area.
Would you be opposed to the Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan tour?
Not at all.
All right.
And you know,
They
really,
have
it all led up to a 2020 performance in Calabasas, California. With
Yes.
Feed the Kitty.
Yep. Here's a picture of
Doug
that.
Rousseau on drums. We had Oliver Roman on guitar. And when Wiley got up to sing with us, it just took it to another level. That was so fun.
That was so much fun playing with you guys, because usually in Chevy Metal, I'm always sober on stage.
And so now you could let loose a little bit.
it was really fun. Like, I want to start doing that. We got to work out a set.
I mean, it's just a Feed the Kitty show. You could be as wasted as you want.
No, it reminded me of being, when I was in high school. And I used to play with my dad's friends' bands and bar. It was like we would go through the whole set. It was rad. It was so much fun. I really am the luckiest guy in rock, and I know that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when you were born and raised in the inbred cornfields of Oklahoma, did you ever think you would be living a luxurious and lavish lifestyle, fetching lunch for Feed the Kitty?
I had no idea I would ever jam with Feed the Kitty. And what did we do? I forgot. Tom Petty.
We did Tom Petty, Mary Jane's Last Dance. There might have been another one.
It wasn't a deep cut, that's for sure.
No, but I love American Girl.
Yes. Yeah. That's awesome.
We should just do a whole set of Petty. I love Tom Petty.
Oh,
and
totally.
Last year I think it was this weekend coming up, Wiley invited us to the Beach Life Festival, which was in Redondo Beach. We had two shows that day, but me and my drummer, John Shumway, ran over there in between shows, and we walked up right as they were finishing. And that day, I think Josh Freeze was on drums, which is unbelievable. Yeah. I think that was your first time jamming with him. I know. What a great drummer.
Dude, he's an insane drummer.
Taylor came out front and sang the whole set, and it was all, early Van Halen songs, which aren't easy to pull off.
No,
and
we started with Hot for Teacher.
Yeah.
So much shit can go wrong.
I'm telling you, there was a buzz about that performance down there in Redondo, and everyone just absolutely loved it. You guys were supposed to be back this year. I don't know what you had on the set list, but number one, I was wondering what you thought of the festival last year, and are you hoping to be back there next year in 2021?
Yes, I was bummed we can't do it. We were supposed to do it, I think, this Saturday. Tomorrow. We were supposed to play. Yeah, we were going to do an all Queen set.
Oh,
and it's a bummer. Hopefully we'll do it again. That was a rad festival. And there's a lot of people putting on festivals nowadays. And as you've seen the Fire Festival documentary, I saw both of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can go wrong. I think Woodstock had canceled. They were supposed to play last year or something. And there's so much that can go wrong. Those guys that did the Redondo Beach Life Fest pulled it off. And it was rad, right on the beach.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not anymore, not this year.
Not this year, but...
Do you think there'll be any other live shows this year? Do you have any inside scoop with Dave and the boys?
I don't think anyone has a clue.
Unbelievable.
Except for if you go on Facebook, there's a lot of people that are experts and they know exactly how it's going to be played out.
I'm friends with those people.
Me too.
Yeah.
But there's I have no clue. I have no clue.
Unbelievable.
I know. We're just hoping that we get back into the bars and restaurants this year. And we don't even know if that's going to happen. So we're all in the same boat here. It's interesting.
Well, I have a big hug for both of you when I see you again.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't wait to get back to the studio and finish up this third album that we've been working on there with Lou and everyone there at the studio, man. I dream about getting back in there, and it keeps me going.
Which track was it that Wiley was hand clapping and singing on Feed the Kitty?
He did some backup vocals on Rule the World.
Rule the World, baby.
On the Ain't Dead Yet album that just came out a few months ago. And thank you, Wiley.
Oh, that was rad.
No, every time I listen to that song, I can hear your hand clap. That's Wiley's hands. Wiley, what kind of a name is Wiley? Where does that come from? Were your parents like big Roadrunner fans?
No, funny enough, I was born in Blytheville, Arkansas.
Oh.
Like a dinky little town. And when I was delivered, they go, "Oh, it's a boy," because that was back, before you knew if it was a boy or a girl. If I was a girl, I'd be called Heather. But I was a boy, and they go, "Oh, so what are you gonna name him?" And they said, my parents said Wiley, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna name him after me." The guy that delivered me, and he was like, "No."
Dr. Wiley?
Yeah, but Wiley literally means clever bullshitter.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Which is, there's a lot in the name. Maybe that's why I do phone pranks. My name's
And Wiley, after the Midwest, you moved out. I think it was to Laguna Beach, and that's where you met up with Taylor. And what? Tell me the difference between.
I wanted
California.
to Laguna Beach. I got to Costa Mesa.
Okay, hey, that's where Jack is right now.
Oh, that's right on Bristol and Baker. That was as close as I could afford to live in Laguna Beach.
Okay.
And I worked at Jamba Juice. It was rad. It was
Awesome.
so rad. But I was at Laguna Beach every weekend.
And Laguna was a little different than where you were just at before that, right? I mean, the difference between Laguna and Oklahoma was probably just night and day from everything.
Yeah, it was different. I mean, I gotta see that. My mom grew up there, so I was going there my whole life, and then,
The gay bars are different in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on here and showing your face and talking some stuff. Any other things you want to say before we wrap it up here?
Not
Are
really.
you living
I'm
off the
fucking
land
out
up
here in
there,
the middle of
Wiley?
nowhere. It's rad. I'm surrounded by bears and wolves. There's no humans around here.
So you're living. Where are you exactly right now?
Well, my mother-in-law owns so many properties in this town called Eagleville, California, and it's tiny little town in Modoc County. It's the only county in California that doesn't have any coronavirus.
Wow.
And so it's rad. I mean, we're surrounded miles from nothing. We're by the desert, and we're backed up to the mountains, and so it's been mountain
You guys
biking.
making your own food?
We got chickens.
growing,
I'm making bread. There's a lady, a friend of ours, Julie, is teaching me how to do soil amendment and basically just grow a garden and all the different things. So I'm learning that because you never know. You know, World War III comes. It'll be a good thing to know how to grow your own food and pot.
Yeah, that'll come in more handy than knowing how to play the guitar. That's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, just send me your address so when the shit hits the fan, I'll just come to you.
Dude, I'll have a gun ready for you.
I'm sure you will.
Hanging on for dear life.
Well, we're stuck in suburbia. It must be nice to be out in the nature and be able to do this thing this way.
I feel very fortunate right now. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, when is you mentioned before the next Foo Fighters show is going to be in June, but
Of
of 2021.
Year it's 2021. My wife, I said, "Oh, I saw the thing, the post, and I told my wife Hannah. I said, "Oh, they're playing in June," and she goes, "Yeah, 2021." But those are for those days. I can't say. I don't honestly know what's going to happen later on in this year. So we'll see.
I guess we'll all see.
I don't know about Chevy Metal or Feed the Kitty.
I don't either. Well, if they open the restaurants up, the question is, will they be providing live entertainment anymore? I mean,
it's kind of where we're at.
If they do, I'm going to come join you guys.
I have a feeling we can get a lot of great musicians to come join us during
I think
that little time period.
Feed the Kitty and friends.
Yeah, we'll do Feed the Kitty and the Hanger-Ons.
Yeah. Hotel writers.
Well, because Jed, I'm sure you've been talking with other people about booking our gigs when things pick back up. We'll probably be one of the first people they call, so we'll have gigs for everybody to glom onto, I guess.
Hey, I would love that.
Cool.
I think that would be great.
Well, hey, man, any other questions, Jed Motley?
I thank you for joining us, Wiley. This is great, man. This is made my day.
Thanks for having me on. This is fun.
Thank you.
I talked to some friends.
Well, we're doing this as a benefit for the Society of America.
Okay, cool. And to return the favor, if you guys have anybody that you are fucking pissed off, give me your phone number, and I'll fucking call him and give him a hard time for you.
I have just the person. Well, thank you. There he is, Wiley Hodgson from Chevy Metal, and you're a peach, sir. Thanks for joining us. Peace, dude.
See you guys, man.
Yep.